Welcome to VAIL VRML preseason, and we are currently in week 2. My name is Sertage, and I'll be your main caster for tonight, and I'm joined alongside with me, T. How are we doing?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic tonight. I'm very excited for this matchup. We see a very strong established team, Vortex, the Miami VAIL Major 2022 champions, versus an up-and-coming new talent that we've seen in various tournaments, that is being 8 Basils. And they've sort of migrated from different communities into one team. We have some staple names like Podbot, Naoko, not Fizzy, sorry.
Yeah, Mad Dog,
Mad Dog,
Naoko. But yeah, it is essentially, me and you have been in the VAIL community for a long time, and to see something like 8 Basils, they were formerly they're currently a sister team of Rect, and ironically enough, we've seen it back in CL. They've ended up beating their own sister team, so they kind of elevated to this, very high level tier 1 team. And then you look at Vortex, that profile team picture right there. That's Yellow Hat at the Miami VAIL Major, and if you look back, you can see a lot more newer names compared to the original 7 or 8 that was rostered back in Miami. If you have a bunch of newer names such as Lon, Fizzy, and Chewy, I think are kind of one of the main talking points is going to be, how this newer team starts to stack up when they push go ahead.
You see, it's interesting because Lon has sort of been shaky on the Vortex roster. I've seen him in many games, but it's good to see him back and playing VAIL once again. He's been a staple in various communities, and he of course attended the major in Royal Strive. So yeah, it's been a long run for the VAIL community, but it's really good to see people back and ready to play and get in the action and get stuck into VRML.
Yeah, and of course we talk about competition. We could cut into the overall matchup of this page. Looking at Vortex as well as 8 Basils, they're starting off hot at a 100% win rate. Obviously, that 2-0 coming from 8 Basils is, I believe, that challenge match. But if you look at the overall standings, even though we played 3 maps right now, which is Kiri, Miru, and Suna, they are both currently at around that 90 to 100% win rate in terms of overall rounds. So what do you think about that in terms of how they might perform in this match?
You see, it's interesting because 8 Basils have caused an absolute uproar in the community recently, especially in various tournaments, and they had some very secretively hidden talent that just got exposed. So it's a really exciting matchup against Vortex being one of the giants, of course. I am genuinely excited to see the various plays that 8 Basils make, because they do tend to mix it up and play some odd and very off meta strats. So it's going to be an excellent game of VAIL tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so please stay tuned.
Yeah, and a huge shout out, first of all, to our main sponsors. First one being XLab, which is the main developers behind this game. Arguably one of the more competitive games out there in the VR space. And a huge shout out to VRML for cooperating with XLab and giving this VAIL community actual competition. As another one of our sponsors, Xclaim, a merchandise store which allows teams to come through our affiliation link and be able to create merch for them. And I will say
we're going to be off in the pistol round for round 1. We have Vortex on the defense,
round starting.
Basils on the offense, which is going to be quite an exciting matchup. This map Miru is quite balanced on both sides, but we're going to see some high octane pistols, as I'd imagine. So let's get straight into it.
Yeah, and you can see right off, you can see the overall defense that this team is starting to push up. As well as you can see the first smoke play coming in. I think it's something that VAIL has been just more based off, as we see a C8 Kraka able to take down Mad Dog, but without the cost of the overall trade. Ikari trying to swing onto side, but Lon is there camping inside of that cubby area. You see a really strong hold coming in from Vortex, but the nade from Ivan is actually going to take out Frigg.
Nade from Ivan.
Right there, as Naoko is actually going to be able to hit that flank, able to take down one before immediately fade out by Chewy, as it's all down to Ivan in a... Actually, no. Ivan's able to find one. It's all down to Chewy into a 1v2.
Ivan planting. So you gotta watch out for the Jericho flanks. He has some super rounds.
Yes.
Ivan's gonna rotate back to long.
Chewy's trying to make that swing. I think the spot one in that long area. I do believe that it is just strongly held. There's no proper util.
He's got to take out the short. It's a very difficult situation for Chewy. He comes out. But no, he's not aware of the person who's short. Unfortunate round for Chewy, but he did his best. So that's round one for 8 bases.
But I'm not sure what is going on with my full-on replay system. I do apologize if it is acting a little bit fuzzy at the moment, but you see, oh, we got a shotgun in play, ladies and gentlemen. That is Mad Dog with the current gun, M2. See,
that is the first shotgun.
This is the first shotgun recorded in league match, in a casted league match. We see a little bit of an early exchange. Yeah, early exchange here on mid between Podbot as Mad Dog. There's the action. That's the shotgun that we could talk about.
Okay,
See, look,
you two coming in onto the B side. Mad Dog sort of leading the charge here with the shotgun. He checks his cubby. That is a very excellent use. Straight out Fizzy.
Yeah, and just look at the pressure coming in now. Now Frigg as well.
Frigg and CTB, we've got another Vortex member in cubby. Frigg picking up Mad Dog as he makes his way onto site. He's looking for that long pick but doesn't quite get it. The reset from Vortex is absolutely superb. We've got 3 on site. Frigg getting another. Sakari down to a 2v2. 2v1. 8 bases, they have the flag down, 14 seconds left on the clock. Ivan is trying for the swing. Chewy managing to actually get Ivan off the bomb. That's insane. Chewy's got to get the long, but doesn't quite get it because Podbot manages to pick him up. That was a very close round. Vortex may have had that if Chewy was able to secure this with Podbot, but that's actually unbelievable.
Yeah, I think
so. The first shotgun play in the whole of VRML from Mad Dog.
Yeah, I do apologize for that replay error, as we're gonna be looking into it after this match. But yeah, we can see 8 Basils starting off hot with a 2-0 lead, especially on the attacking side. You know, Tormac has been able to create maps where it has been fully even compared to the last couple of years, as Mad Dog is going to be swinging his way towards mid. Oh, the spotted player! That's Long going down with the M2 slug. Podbot is actually able to find Chewy. Mad Dog's going on a rampage with 2. That M2 is doing wonders.
Unbelievable plays from Mad Dog. So exciting to see new weapons in the mix. Okay, so we got to rotate to A side, but Fizzy's there behind. Fizzy making a huge play. 2-piece from that rotate. Absolutely catching up the rotate and the fake there, but he's got to get the person on short. Fizzy's going to take the long angle. Doesn't quite connect to, I believe, Mad Dog.
You can see Fizzy.
It's a 1 versus 2 situation. The bomb is still down. It looks like it's going straight to A side.
Yeah, if you look at the wraparound, I think now that 8 Basils have this man advantage, they're able to play a little bit more aggressive in this sense, as Fizzy has to try and defend this site. But going against a caliber team such as 8 Basils, that's going to be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, so I was incorrect. We are seeing a bump on at B site. Will Fizzy see it coming? Fizzy playing around B short. He's on the correct half of the map. There's going to be a difficult play to get that retake down.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Fizzy realizes there's a player behind him. Fizzy had fears. Does he spot the player behind? Now he has to focus his attention on towards that B bomb site. Does spot one player between that cubby. Tries to swing up, but there's this first. That shotgun won't help. It's all down to a 1v1 in Kiri versus Fizzy. They are both on that same HP. Fizzy tries to fake that scan, but with only 8 seconds left, he has to one-hand at it. But there's no time. There's no time on it.
Wow, Fizzy almost had that as well. He had the bomb pressure too. He gave himself just a few more seconds of time. He could have that, but absolutely tremendous effort from Fizzy.
Yeah, it was a really great attempt. I think it just overall that time pressure just didn't work out. Now I think we could see a little bit of a different strat coming in from the side of 8 Basils. We can see them try and hit this main B side. They've done this over and over again. You see, just look at the calibers. You see, have that Mad Dog trying to entry, but Kraken finds a beautiful nade.
Vortex nade. Gonna see a fast retake from Vortex over. The smokes are down. Going wide. It's gonna be a difficult situation for Vortex to make a retake play here.
See,
the Akari has gone all the way wide. Watching CT, that's a dangerous position if that's started. We've got a bit of an aggressive defense for that bomb plant. But with 40 seconds left on the clock, Ikari could be the crucial kingpin in this play.
Yeah, look at the CT spot. They're just able to push on in. Look at the early free fires. Ikari trying to find wonders, but Frigg and Fizzy are going to find picks.
Frigg making his way to the side. He's got a little bit of pressure down. If Vortex can collapse in, it could be a difference maker for this round. Podbot playing big shot. It's a long angle. I've been picking up Chewy. That's going to be a difficult for Fizzy in another 1 versus 2 situation. 9 seconds left on the clock. He's got to stick it, but no. Podbot makes sure he is cleaned up. Wow, 4-0 for 8 Basils on attack.
They're just absolutely dominant right now, and I just don't think that Vortex could find a proper hard counter to this.
Yeah, there needs to be an adaptation from Vortex, otherwise it's going to be an extremely long defense round, and it's probably a longer attack round for them. Podbot looking for the snipes down mid. Chewy picking up Naoko. That's a nice 5v4 that they'll take. It's a 4v4. Ikari making 2 people fall.
Yeah, just immediately 2 as Frigg's able to find 2.
With another technical Vortex nade. Absolutely superb. We're seeing a 3-2 situation. Vortex. 2 on B site, 1 in CT.
B side as the pace starts to die down. 1 minute 20 on that clock. I've been with that scanner able to make his way onto that B bomb site, but I'm not sure if the rest of Vortex realize that they're there, and they're able to just kind of force this pressure. There's no utility from either side as it's been wasted on this momentum as they try to deny this overall execute. So I'm not sure if they realize the fake is kind of starting to go through.
We'd like to take the silence to comment on the choice of SMG from Chewy, but he needs to hold this A site off of them. The call out has gone out. He's got to wait for his team to rotate to this A site. Frick picking up 1, Fizzy picking up the 2nd, and that's a very clean retake from Vortex, making it a 1-4.
They finally got a round. Give them a round of applause. They finally took 1 round. Especially, I think it's a little bit kind of painstaking. They just had to lose that a bit on defense, where I'd argue that Miru is a lot more Ray F-sided, but I'm being proven wrong on this match.
From my personal experience, I see Miru as sort of a map where you can subvert the expectations of your opponent and force their hand in adapting to you, and if they can't do that, they can cause absolute havoc. But Chewy holding A short, he's got 2 angles to hold in this situation to make sure that B short is clear. Frigg picking up Mad Dog at mid. That is some excellent mid domination. Fizzy looking for another mid pick. It's a very mid heavy play from 8 Basils, but Cracker's going to be live in on B long.
Yeah, it's down to a 5v2. As Vortex have not dropped a single member on this round. Podbot trying to throw a nade. But look at the overall defense. They still have players. And 8 Basil still hasn't retrieved that EMP. Or no, oh wow, I thought this was Breacher, the scanner.
It's going to be a long round. 5 versus 1 now. Can Naoki make anything happen? He's got the Vector in hand. 55 seconds left on the clock. He makes his way to A site, but it's going to be difficult. We can hear the rotate coming from CT. Okay. Can he get the element of surprise? No, it's too long of an angle for his Vector.
Yeah, but there's only 40 seconds left, and it's a 1v4. It is very hard to even make this attempt to clutch. Even though if you spot a couple of players on this back side, as he does get spotted by Lon.
Vortex has the bomb, so it's going to be an absolutely magical play if Naoko has to make one. 25 seconds. Comes with 1, but Lon very sharp on the refrag there. Excellent plays from Vortex, making sure that that round is very strong for them. Especially with that mid control from, I believe it was Rig there, making sure that they just can't do whatever they want in mid, so there's no rotates or anything sneaky when you're trying to execute a site, which is pretty good ideas from Vortex out here. I'm quite impressed.
Yes. Now we can see a little bit of a more slower pace now. 8 Basils aren't trying to play a little bit more passive on this B side rather than trying to play aggro. Because I think that's arguably something that they've been.
Quite an aggressive defense from Vortex as well, which could play into the hand there. Fizzy.
And its overall trade fest on this B bomb site. Nades toss. That's definitely gonna knock down Lon as Kiri is able to find that kill. That's full control of B bomb site.
Very much up to be presence, but Cracker getting Podbot with the new SMG. Headshots only for him. Frig looking for the pick. Can't quite make it. Gets a trade with Akari. Looking at a 2 versus 2 situation. Can we find the bomb there? That's a question.
I think that bomb is still on Ivan. Ivan has been that main carrier for 8 Basils. But I think as long as Ivan's able to find this overall pressure, trying to rotate back into that 8 bomb site, or maybe even play off a fake, it could work out and make this, you know, clutch or winnable.
Yeah, I totally agree there. But Ivan is making his way back onto B site as a matter of fact. This could be an excellent play if he goes
30 seconds remaining.
30 seconds left on the clock. He's
Seconds.
got to stay quiet. But if Vortex hear that bomb go down, it's going to be quite difficult for him. Goes to the face.
They're gonna hear that.
Nades coming out. He's in a Vortex. Oh, he doesn't quite make the pick into CT. Well, I think he's going to play aggressive here. Makes the free fires happen.
Yeah, look at this triple flow.
It needs to make a 1 versus 2. It needs to be a mechanical play. But Vortex are too smart to let that happen. 4 seconds on the clock. Can he get the plant down? 1 second. Oh, Frig has managed to rotate through B short and clean him up. Make it 3-4.
Yeah. You know,
Certainly
Vortex are finally coming back.
Game. Yeah. I'm very excited for this. All 3 maps, ladies and gentlemen. This is one to stay tuned for.
Now, do we finally? Hopefully that you know, instead of 8 Basils trying to do that same thing, maybe they can try and go for this 8, maybe attempt this A approach.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like their attack was quite slow last round, but Vortex sort of punished with aggressive defense, so it's going to be a bit of a macro level psychological game for both teams, especially under this pressure that they have, or potentially have. I'm not going to be in the minds there for them. But yes, Frig and Naoko, Frig and Cracker picking up 2 people. With a trade, so making that a 4 versus 3. Got shots from Mad Dog, they're looking like an A side push. But Podbot, he's wreaking havoc on B.
Yeah, no, Mad Dog's it.
Picking up Kiri on site. Got some mid control from Podbot, that could be the difference maker. It's 3 versus 1 for Frig. He comes in, makes 2, can't quite keep it as the trade comes out. Frig could have absolutely
We're switching sides.
finished that round. He managed to get through those 2 people.
As now we do
Frig is
swap.
hot on his shot as well.
Yeah, now we're gonna swap sides as now Vortex will finally start on that column side. And for those that are pretty much more on the more newer side, it's 1st to 9. Back in the old days, it used to be 1st to 11, but with the more newer Quest players, that thing started to change.
The Vortex have opted in for a very heavy B slam. I'm excited to see what utility they're going to use to make sure they can get down. If any at all, apparently. But
And just look at this util.
Ivan in cubby. We have Ivan picking up Frig. Chewy picking up Ivan. Chewy picking up Akari as well. But Naoko's come behind. Wow, that's unbelievably fast.
Yeah, and it is just quick.
I think that flank from Naoko through mid was absolutely clinical to win that, because he managed to get managed to pierce in to that attack. I think if Vortex were going to slam that hard, it would be more beneficial to just completely send it rather than like have that moment of hesitation beforehand. Wow, just Absolutely superb high-level play from the two teams.
Yeah, now we can see a little bit more on that attacking side, where instead of trying to 5-man rushes, they're starting to play a little bit more conservative. They're letting the side of 8 Basils get a little bit more punishing, as it doesn't even matter. Mad Dog's just able to find Chewy.
Mad Dog, he's hot on his nades as well. Naoko picking up Frick.
Naoko is just playing Ring Around the Rosie. He knows he has that scanner in his hands. As long as he's able to buy time.
Oh, he's causing absolute havoc in the T-spawn. Naoko really making use of that vector. God. Yeah. Lon picking up Ibin on A side.
Yes, now the pace starts to die down a little bit.
Have the bomb.
Yeah, no, the bomb's actually all the way in garage. As you play a little bit too passive, you end up costing it. As doesn't even matter. Ikari is able to find Lon. So that's going to be the 7th for 8 Basils.
This is a 7-3. It's getting close to the end of map 1. Vortex are going to have to pull something out of the hat if they're able to counter 8 Basils in their plays. They're going to have to find something in their attack. It looks like they are opting for another B play, but this time passive. So they've got 2 sitting in yard. They're looking for any aggressive defense, which is quite smart, because if Naoko's pushing through mid, it could be this end of him. Oh, the angle holding from Vortex is superb, but seems like we've had the location exposed from Chewy, which could give it away. I'm not sure entirely.
Yes, now Chewy's trying to throw.
Coming out.
The smoke's in. Maybe they could try and attempt this execute. Mad Dog tries to maybe still watch this angle, but you know they're probably gonna make this execute with 1 minute on that clock. But it could be costly if any of them try and push through this and end up falling.
50 seconds left on the clock. Vortex need to make a decision on what they're going to be defending. Sorry, 8 Basils. Naoko picking up 2. He's on a roll, Lon. Managing to get the refrag.
Yeah, just look, they're trying to push in.
Coming down on B. Yeah, everyone. And Ivan just picking up Chewy. Wow. That is something else.
Yeah, and match point for 8 Basils right now. You know, they just need 1 more round and they're able to just take Miru. But you know, looking at this overall scoreboard, you know, you have 2 players on the side of 8 Basils that are in double digits. So it is a little bit surprising that, you know, especially against a team like Vortex, where they're supposedly one of the more better teams, you could tell about how good this 8 Basils team is.
Okay, Ivan. So we another Vortex B play. Heavy nade. Should we get Ivan? Kiri and Naoko. Lon picking up 1. It's a 3v3 situation. 1 minute 30 on the clock. Will Vortex make a different move? Lon, he's read the flank, but not quite on Naoko. 2 versus 2 situation. The punishment came out from Papa onto Cracker. And that will be the end of map 1, 9-3, 8 Basils. Superb Miru play. Super scary team on Miru.
Yeah, an absolute pure dominance, you know, 9-3. And it's just not a type of scoreline that Vortex shouldn't be able to do. You know, hopefully, you know, I kind of expected Vortex, you know, probably they might, you know, lose this, you know, 9-8, 9-7. But to do something like 9-3, where that's arguably a little bit more questionable in terms of overall performance. But yeah, I mean, 8 Basils was just a little bit more better on that map.
Absolutely. Their adaptability as well, 8 Basils, always, it never ceases to amaze me really, and it's what I expect from such a talented team and a roster that really want to put in the effort. But Vortex, they might as well defend their title for the next 2 maps. You never know how it could go, so please stay tuned for that.
Yeah, so right now we should be talking about that overall second map, as I do believe we may get a pause, as right now I believe some of these players, the way that the game the way that the game works on Quest 2 is that you'll end up dropping like a couple of frames. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah,
Sometimes
probably
you'll
a
be at like
memory leak
45.
sort of idea. Yeah, so or it could be a rehost here.
Yeah, we could
Maybe use that
get a side
opportunity to
swap.
take a small break.
As hopefully, quote unquote, hopefully I don't have to cut to an ad break, but yeah, we're gonna take the time to mention our main sponsors here. First one being XLab, creators behind VAIL VR, main sponsor of VAIL VRML, contributing to that $10,000 prize pool into season 1, which is kind of a little bit shocking. 10K in that first season, and our second sponsor being VRML itself, putting up this whole league. It's been such a long time before we've been able to get into a league game, and then putting this behind is something that the VAIL community has been waiting for such a long time, rather than double elim tournaments. Being able to play for something is what we've been waiting for. And then our third sponsor being Xclaim. Xclaim, a main merch store sponsoring VRML. If you create a team store affiliated with VRML, you'll be able to get a good amount of discounts, as well as being affiliated with us, as example. So we are currently going to be waiting on the overall room code from the Vortex players. I do believe we are going to be cutting into a bit of an ad break, so we will be right back. Stay tuned. We got a lot more VAIL action for you.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
I mean, I told you we were gonna be going right back into it, as we do have that lobby up. So it's going. Our second map actually is finally going to not Suna, because we played Miru already. This second map is going to be actually on Suna, and I think it's a lot more interesting because this map is a lot more similar to the more common games you expect in a lot more tactical based shooters. And what do you think the overall stats are going to be on Suna?
See, I sort of, if I was to take any observation, I've seen a very, very solid play from Vortex on Suna, because they have that experience from the Miami VAIL Major and all of their strats, all of their nade lineups, all of that. I think that is something that could be the difference maker to get them ahead in this game. But we have to see if 8 Basils have really amped up their Suna gameplay and made sure that they can make something magical happen.
Round starting.
Yes,
Get
now
ready.
we are going to get right into it, into map 2 here on Suna. So now we can see, look at the overall strat now. As we can see, I think this is the same thing that we see in the back of Vortex. Kirby actually finds 2 with that frag grenade. Oh, Vortex has to be kicking herself for that.
Unbelievable frag grenade. That is superb. Naoko running straight down B-long to make something happen. The Kiri, Mad Dog, we're getting a refrag.
Yes, look at the overall push here coming in from Vortex. You see Akari trying to be that main anchor.
Defense. Then see Mad Dog picking up Lion. Frick picking up Magdor.
Yeah, it's all down the frig into a
1v3.
1v3.
Last fight's on B-long. Frick picking up Happy Dog. It seems like we got the whole of B-long cleared. I wonder if the bomb is actually there and if it's worth
No,
staying on
Frig, I believe Frig has that scanner, but I think there might be an overall bait to maybe lure Kari trying to push in. But I do believe that audio cue is called that Frig is actually on catwalk. So now they're gonna just throw this overall Yuto, and the Kari's gonna find that kill on the Frig.
That is first round for 8 Basils. So maybe I could be completely wrong about my theory. I'd love to always be wrong when it comes to predicting VAIL games because they are so unpredictable, and that's what makes them so exciting. So, 8 Basils defense, we're seeing another nade lineup, doesn't quite connect. Assume that's from Kirby. There's a spectacular nade from round 1.
Yes, now look, there's a little bit more of a more split push now. They're trying to execute this overall B-bomb site, maybe try split a couple players, but look at this overall fight on mid.
Yeah, it seems like the nade lineups have really stepped themselves up from 8 Basils. So it's exciting to see that as always. But yes, we have a B-long cross from the Vortex. Cracker takes the Naoko. Using a shotgun to pick up 3. Kirby Dog refragging from on Cracker. Lon getting the other refrag. Seems like the smokes haven't quite connected, which means Podbot's able to get the long shot snipe with the M4. Wow. And another.
And the beam all the way from that A ramp.
Wow. I think Vortex really did have the right idea there, making sure that the attention was diverted. I think perhaps a bit of slower play because Cracker just went straight in, made sure that he got his hands dirty really on B. But I think that the general gist that Vortex could be making something happen on attack. I'm ready for it, honestly.
Yeah,
so we're seeing an A main push
look at
from
this.
Vortex.
They're just gonna go right into this. Now you can see all those
Very
players trying to
push.
push on.
Mad Dog trading out Lon with the shotgun as well. Kiri picking up Kirby Dog. Podbot picking up Cracker on A long. We got a Naoko flank through B long yet again. And Kari holding from scaffolding. It's going to be quite difficult to hold from Kari. If you can get some nades down, that'd be excellent. Can't quite make the person cross on sandwich, but it trades out Frig.
It's now down to
Nice.
Naoko
One
in that
versus
1v2.
He picks up one. 1v1 situation. Naoko. He's got to get the person on the backside.
Because he has a shotgun.
His name could be a different flanker. Fizzy! Completely sniping down with the shotgun. Wow. It's so interesting to see the use of it. Especially on a map like Suna.
Yeah, so now look at this. Mad Dog's gonna whip out the M2 as well. So, I mean, if it's just gonna be a shotgun mid, I'd love to see that. But I feel like a shotgun has been used a lot more in these more close quarter combats rather than try to play something like, try to fly around like 20 meters.
It certainly has its capability. You do have to be on target, but there is the controversy about its recoil being enough that you can just spam click it and make sure that you just. I mean, you can make it effective at range if you catch your opponent off guard there. I think that's the main gist of it.
As now we can see this you know, overall push coming in from Vortex. They're gonna try and hit this B long. If they're able to fend off. Actually, no, they're not gonna fend off Naoko. That smoke should be coming in soon. They're gonna have a player on sandbags. Smoke cross. That's gonna be that line of sight denied.
That is certainly the difference. Got one on sandbags. Cracker needs to push that. Being the front line. Sandbag play. Popbot only picking up one. Kiri picking up Cracker.
And now it's just that overall flank, but now I do believe they're just able to just get this scan started. But Fizzy has that shotgun, able to take down Kiri. Mad Dog tries to cross all the way from spawn, but unable to.
Leaning up.
That's 2-2.
Oh, do I love to see a close Suna game. Trading rounds. Wow. The application, I mean, the strap from Vortex really worked out there, but they just had to lock down that site as soon as they could. So we're seeing a default hit from Vortex.
Trying to rush into. So yeah, look at they're gonna try and play a little bit more, a lot more picks. But we've seen this strat back in Miami where Vortex they will just fully crouch away, and just maybe play a little bit more baby on the other side.
Absolutely textbook from Vortex.
But I think now it's a lot more readable.
Do remember, guys, these people are playing in VR with their bodies, with their headsets, and that's what makes VAIL so exciting to play and to watch. People standing up, exerting their physical effort, doing everything they can to make sure that they can secure the win. It's not your old sitting down and playing a PC game, I'll tell you that. Popbot and Cracker trading.
And just goodbye, Frig.
Another nade! Kiri, what is he doing? He's unbelievable! It's like magnetic grenades! 55 seconds left on the clock. Can he make the defense come down on A?
Yeah, but look at this.
He's
They're just able to just force this pressure coming into that A main. Now,
absolutely.
Chewy's
Kirby
finding
picking up
Curtis.
Chewy and A main. Last person in A main. It is a 4 versus 1 Lon picking up Kirby. 40 seconds left on the clock. Kiri, he could just play passively completely. We got 2 people locked down in lower tunnel, and Mad Dog getting a shotgun shot down. Wow. That was a very, very responsive and lightning fast defense from the A Basils there, especially with Akari's magnetic grenades. Superb work. Superb work from Akari.
And I think shotgun, having at least one player running shotgun is going to be that main meta. I think there are going to be a lot more of those, that entry frag type of situational weapon. So now Akari does spot one player on mid.
Yeah, he's unfortunately he's not able to get that shot, but it is absolutely valuable intel. Nade not quite going on the snap, but the thought is there. Can Akari make something happen before the defense gets overwhelmed? So we've got 3 people coming on through B long. It's going to be another B long play. Smoke's not quite next. Fizzy, Mad Dog trading. Naoko trading out with 3. Cracker. Chewy, nade onto Kirby. Wow. So we got a 3 versus 1 situation. Chewy has really made the difference here. And then Lon takes up Podbot. Wow. That was superb work from the Vortex attack.
And I think it's just something that Vortex has been overall trying to make this push on. They instead of trying to 5-man rush and maybe just have a little bit of luck, they're finally able to just get these picks just by waiting it out and letting 8 Basils get a little bit more aggressive.
Certainly. Seems like Vortex are really, really adapting to the lightning fast response time of 8 Basils. But Kiri picking up Chewy down mid with a headshot. Kiri's really, really dominating in mid tonight.
Man.
Can he make anything else happen?
Snade's toss, that's going to back out Fizzy. Maybe just denied that push coming in, not isolate him. Sakari's in exchange gunfight on mid.
Cracker picking up Naoko. Superb nade. Looks like that was straight through mid as well. No, sorry, it was onto site. Oh, there's a cross come out from the Vortex members. And Mad Dog's able to pick it up with the shotgun. Traded out by Long. Long manages to get the cross.
That's just that shotgun's doing wonders.
It's 2 versus 1 situation. We have Podbot last up. Will he be able to make a difference here? He's got 50 seconds left in the fight. He decides to go for the B long rotate. Does he have the range though? That's the question. He does.
And now Podbot with that M4. And now this is where Lon is that main defender. Unless, you know, Podbot gets a little bit too close and starts to play a little bit more risky. You see,
He's taking the wide angle, but he's really got
sandbags.
back and back sight, and Lon, he's red. Podbot from that B long. The longer that you leave it really on that clutch, the more opportunities it gives for the opponent to sort of use process of elimination. And I think that's exactly what Lon did there. Just making sure that he could just prod B long a little bit with his peek from backside.
and now it's a bit of a more even ground. As I think Vortex is going to start trying to play a little bit more for picks instead of trying to play a little bit more aggressive.
Seemingly so. Ikari picking up Frig. Ikari's dominance in mid is absolutely unbelievable.
Ooh, that's a big whiff. That's a big whiff from Naoko.
Kirby Dog. I'd just like to make a comment of Ikari's 8 kills already. Just absolute sheer mid domination. 9 down. Ikari picking up Chewy. We got another B long cross push. It looks like the defense from a basically lightning fast Lon trading out Podbot. Mad Dog came in hot with a shotgun, but Lon was able to find him, and that's a trade between Cracker and Kirby Dog, giving 8 Basils the round.
Yeah, just
We've
swapping
got side
sides.
switch now.
I think now instead of that overall dominance, looking back, it's a lot more even, which is a better showing coming in from Vortex. Instead of making it getting a really nasty, I believe 5-3, it's now a lot more even 4-4.
Oh, in Heritage, I could not be happier to see a 4-4 on Suna. Nothing excites me more. So we got another textbook Vortex defense. I'm very excited to see this. We got very heavy pushing from B-Long. Utility comes in. Very heavy smokes. Can there be a... Oh, it seems like we've got a tag grenade. Cracker. Making something happen. He's at ladder. Can he make it? Oh, very heavy push onto site. He drops down into underpass. The aggression from Naoko is unbelievable. Making anybody regret rotating underpass there. Certainly using the capability of the USB. Naoko on a 3-piece already. Wrap around behind and Podbot. Finishing off Fizzy with a grenade. Absolutely superb positioning there.
Yeah, and Fizzy just had nowhere to go. And the moment that call out was made, Ikari swung, and then Podbot also got that nade. Looking at that scoreboard now, you can see a couple of members entering that double digit. Ikari and Mad Dog going 10. Ikari going 10-4. That's an absolute shocker.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's been Ikari's mid dominance is actually very much surprising me. I'm very impressed by that. But we're gonna see another Vortex defense. We got a bit of 2-2 split, it seems. But Frick able to make something happen out of that. Sam. It seems like 8 Basils went for a default there to try and divert the forces of Vortex, but Vortex haven't fallen for it.
Should we not realize there's someone there?
Wow, Mad Dog picking up Chewy. Mad Dog being very disciplined with the audio there. It looks like 8 Basils have 3 people on site, and it's all up to Lon to make sure a clutch happens.
Yes, now this
What's the lead from Lon? Oh, that's such a classic. So many times has he hit that. It does stall the 8 Basils attack quite a bit, but the bomb is down, but I'm very unsure whether it makes a difference. Lon making the rotate up cap.
Oh, does he swap the player?
Ikari
There's someone. Oh, it's with Central.
Lon's
It's
able to
barely
pick up
there.
Mad Dog, and Ikari's the last on hump. Lon has to make his way up through cat and make sure he can get that pick, but will he see him? Oh, it's going to be so difficult, especially as Lon's going to go to backside.
Doesn't check it. He checks backside. Doesn't check the ramp.
Kiri, he cleans him up. Wow. Lon really could have made it there. That's such an exciting play. That long shot nades, boy have I seen that so many times, but it never gets old. Wow. Textbook Vortex grenades. Always on point. Lovely to see. So it's 6-4 to 8 Basils at the moment, so Vortex do have to pull something out of the hat if they're going to stay in the game. Especially with how the rounds are going in terms of trading. Right. We're seeing a default from 8 Basils yet again. Heavy mid on Akari. Sorry, Frick challenging Podbot mid. Frick going back to A. Make something happen. Frick picking up Neko. Frick picking up Mad Dog. Nothing is happening on A with this duo.
Oh, good bye, Kirby.
Grenades. Wow, that absolute lockdown on A site is. Ooh. Frick was not letting anything happen there. Jeez. I think they're starting to sense these defaults, and they just want to lock down the site as soon as they can.
They don't want that first loss
from Vortex. Very smart. I'm wondering if 8 Basils would change it up. Doesn't seem so at the minute, but we've got a lone person, Naoko, going through lower tunnel. This could be the difference maker, especially if he picks up Fizzy. Fizzy picking up mid. And Mad Dog picks him up. They're in lower tunnel. He's got quite a dominant position here. However, can he make anything happen on that A site? Could he play aggressive or not is a question. It looks like we got lingers in mid from 8 Basils. Cracker picking up Akari. Kirby dog picking up Cracker. So that's the B sort of thwarted from the Vortex side. Lon picking up Mad Dog. They could have seen it. Oh no, this could be terrible for 8 Basils. Naoko giving away his position. Frick picking up Kirby dog and Podbot. What is Frick doing? He's cooking so hard, ladies and gentlemen. He's gone into CT. He's making sure that mid is watched. Oh, Frick's found the bomb. The bomb's in mid. That means Naoko can't do anything without it.
Yeah, no, but Naoko's able to
this is so
find.
smart.
Yeah, but now Naoko's all of a sudden in that 1v2 clutch, but with no scanner available. I do believe Vortex knows where that scanner is. Gotta play long range. The spot 1, the spot Chewy! As it's down to a 1v1. Frigg is all the way in spawn. Frigg's actually in spawn.
Going through tunnels, but will he see this spawn kill? Will Frigg peek or will he play too defensive? Something's got to happen, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no, I think Naoko got the timing.
I mean, but he's not going to have the time.
Naoko's got the timing right here.
No, unless he does. Naoko could make it sight. 5 seconds left of the clock. If he's on site right now.
This could be.
He's got the bomb down.
He can't miss one. He gets it. He gets the scan.
Wow. Will he make an aggressive play onto Frigg though? Frigg. And that one. And Naoko able to go. Oh my word. Naoko. How he's pulled that off is absolutely insane. Wow. Wow.
Hey, he's one of the best. He's one of the best in VAIL for a reason. You know, he's a USP. The USP god. Now a little bit of pushing in, coming in from that side of 8 Basils. I do believe this is going to be another split push. Now they're going to be able to push towards this side. They do in fact have one defender on this B bomb site. Now, but that could be timing. Nades there. They have one defender on that sandbag as well as Catwalk. Now there's going to be a little bit of retreat.
Will push from Vortex here. Busy and Chewy picking up Mad Dog and Naoko. Oh, Akari picking up. That goes out. Busy completely blind. Probably making a difference here. Frigg picking up 2. Wow. And Fizzy picking up Podbot to close out the round. 6-7. Superb. Over take a look at the score where we have Frigg with 12 kills, Lon 12, Cracker 11, Fizzy 10, Chewy 5. Okay, made his way into lower tunnel. Picking up Fizzy.
Naoko making an interesting decision to maybe just cut off that cross into the bomb site, not letting that cross happen.
What is he doing? He's straight in the defense. His timing is always excellent. There you go. Something that absolutely advanced. We are 2 versus 4 retake, 1 versus 4 retake. Frig picking up Mad Dog.
And no, it's just that trade kill to end it air as now 8 Basils. They're on 1 more to secure the series.
Absolutely superb. I am just wow. This is not how I thought it'd go as well. 8 Basils' adaptability is really showing tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're seeing another default. Will Vortex be able to adapt? Is the question.
See a little bit.
Making his way into low tunnel. Not able to catch anybody off this time.
I believe Fizzy was able to make that call that there's a couple of players moving towards that catwalk side. Now he has to retreat back to Cubby.
Indeed. Okay, putting down a smoke for underpass, but will he be able to get away with going through again? Doesn't seem like it. Now, we have Frig just watching.
Oh, that is such a perfect
Huge
nade.
onto Ninja.
Yeah, tosses it
Huge
directly
nade.
on Ninja.
Superb. Very well placed.
They're trying to deny that vision on sandbag.
They've identified the graffiti player. Lon, with that pop-up shoot. Mad Dog, Fizzy. It looks like another... Oh, frick nade onto Makari, onto site as well. It's happened again. Chibi, on Cat. Will he be able to make anything happen? He's got super positioning. Lon deciding to go for the underpass rotate. Non-conventional, but could work. If he can get any picks onto any unsuspecting people. The positioning is interesting. Long pick up Kirby to 3 versus 1, 2 versus 1, and that is the kill come out from Frig onto Mad Dog, securing Vortex around. Wow, that was actually a superb retake. I'm interested in the positioning of 8 Basils there, but I wouldn't knock it. I think the retake from Vortex really showed. I think they're starting to make something happen. This could be a very intense map 3. Please let there be a map 3.
I mean, we are gonna play I believe we do play a map 3 either way, due to technicality on rules, but I would love to see a map 3 decider as, you know, we go into this next round. As Vortex, yeah, you know, they're showing us that they're still alive in this.
Yeah, absolutely. Vortex will never go down without a fight. So, seeing B-side heavy default, Naoko lower tunnels yet again. Got 2 on long. I think they're looking for any aggression, 8 Basils. Could this be a sign of fear of the nervousness of trying to lock this out or not? That's the question. And Naoko trying to challenge that underpass. It's interesting. We have Ikari and Kirby Dog pushing up B long side. They've got to kill the person on sandbags though.
They try to ninja.
Fizzy's at ladder. Could Fizzy reinforce this B site and make something happen here? That is the question.
You see Kraka, there it is. That smoke, that's gonna force him out.
Pick it up, Chewy. Freak. We actually have quite a heavy B side from Vortex. It's a 3 versus 2. Kirby. Not able to put the person up on cap. Oh, but Fizzy! He's picked up Kirby Dog. The last person's on site, it seems.
He spots him.
It's just his hand exposed. And he gets a headshot. Oh my word.
And we are in we're in the final round. We are in, I believe, what is it? Round 18? Round 17, round 18.
Gentlemen, honestly, I am so impressed by the way that Vortex have adapted to this attack. Will 8 Basils mix it up and secure it out? Or will Vortex be able to stay strong and get those retakes in? Because they certainly have made something happen here. Oh, we've got a heavy A push from 8 Basils. Are Vortex ready for this? They're playing into Frick, who's been on fire tonight. Frick, picking up one. Can I get the second? Frick, getting a double kill. My words, is he hot tonight?
Yeah, it's all
we've got
down
one
to
match
just
remaining.
Mad Dog and
It's a 5
Podbot. But
versus
look how split
2.
they are.
Chewy picking up Podbot. It's a 5 versus 1. Wow. Am I impressed with what Frigg has just done there? And the bomb is down on a long. And it's just down to Mad Dog. And Mad Dog is certainly a capable player. Could we see something magical happen tonight, ladies and gentlemen? He's sitting in A main. I think he's looking for a cheeky pick. But will it make a difference with 1 minute left on the clock? That is the question. Not sure what's going on here. We got 55. Oh, he's really waiting for the juke pick there. No. Oh, he's got jiggle peeked. The bait is there. They now know his position, so Vortex can rotate accordingly. It's a 40 seconds left on the clock. Something has to happen, Mad Dog. He sneaks up A main. Oh my word. What a flick from Mad Dog, but it's just not enough. Vortex locking out the map.
And
Wow.
we get a map 3 decider. Can you believe that? That means we do go to Kiri as that final map. And you know, arguably in the community, we've seen Kiri as that more Rayab sided map. And, you know, it's whoever gets Rayab, and who, more importantly, gets, you know, within, you know, that like 6 or 5 round range will is usually believed to, you know, win the whole thing. As but yeah, I think it is arguably a way better showing from Vortex than, you know, back in the Miru.
I tell you, I'm certainly excited to see the use of the new weapons in Kiri. That's probably going to be the most prominent use, and actually see whether it will completely reshape the meta in terms of the shotgun or not. And there's only one way to find out.
You know, arguably I could say, you know, we could see like a minimum of 2 to 3 shotguns, depending on how the situation is going to be played out. If they want to try and execute onto that bubble bomb site, or if they try to hit on A, or they want to try and, you know, take full control of alley or mid, then that could be where, you know, that shotgun can truly shine.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's going to be a bit of creativity in this Kiri if we're going to see anything different, or if they're just not going to take the risk and play conventional weapons.
It could be believable, but yeah, hopefully they're just gonna keep that show running. But a few things we're gonna mention, you know, our word of sponsors. You know, a huge shout out to, you know, XLab, the developers behind VAIL VRML. And then second of all, huge shout out to VRML for being able to give the VAIL community its own league after it's been like a year of inactivity in the competitive scene. And then, you know, shout out to Exclaim as well as our main merch store. You know, if teams want to make their own merch page with their own logos and that, they're able to do it through our affiliation link. And, you know, they're able to get their own sweet merch that they're able to represent. As I do in fact have that third code. We are just, I believe, currently waiting on all players to get into that map, you know, and I do believe we could be playing that guessing game of who's starting on Rayab side first. I think that the better question to ask is
Oh, that would actually be
who
Vortex.
who will is the person on call on this gonna get at least a minimum of 3 or 4 rounds, because I feel like that's when you fully enter that territory of, you know, winning the whole map, especially when you go into that second half.
It's all about being inventive with your attacks and making sure that you can sort of pick apart the defense in a way that just really excels your rounds that you can get on attack, and then perhaps defense is a complete breeze, depending on whether the opposing team's attack does the same towards you. And it has happened before, honestly. I think we've seen sort of a development in Kiri attack over time, as people have sort of learnt the map, and I'm quite excited to see what Vortex can bring out on this, because they have quite a fair bit of experience. But I also think that Kiri could play to the strong suits of 8 Basils.
Yeah, do you think we're gonna get a lot of the more newer SMG? Do you think it's possible that we could get just only the newer guns that were introduced into the game? Like could we see a potential M2 and the new SMG into play?
It's interesting. I'm putting my money on the shotgun seeing usage in but also the new Vitsiaz SMG. I think people have labeled it strong. I'm not certain myself. However, I think it really could be a difference maker on this map in particular.
Do you think? Yeah, I think because Kiri is a lot more close range, and it's not expected to have the more rifle players to play a lot more up close. And back in the old days of VAIL, a lot of people ran APCs, vectors, because it was such a close quarters map that rifles weren't usually a big thing unless you're anchoring a site.
Certainly. I mean, the versatility of the rifles obviously shows, but versus the M2, which we've seen has actually considerable range. Especially, it's also sort of Kiri range on sort of every angle, so there's not much downside to picking it. I can't see any at all, really. So, well, we'll have to see, really, and it's certainly exciting to see what both teams can bring out today.
Yes, I do believe that confirmation is that there are 10 players in that lobby. Where I believe we are just currently waiting on that host to start boot up that server. But yeah, map 3 decider for those that just tuned in. Kiri went towards that way of 8 Basils, and then Suna came in, and it came in towards Vortex way after what it looked like, a little bit of an stoppage for Vortex. But now they're just hopefully I think I forgot to give Kraka that the heads up that we're good to go, but
oh, right. I don't know if it's bugged, but I'm only seeing 8 in the lobby, so
I mean, we could get a lobby bug, and could probably look into it. But we're gonna cut into a bit of an ad break while we wait for all players. Hopefully we did not get lobby bugs. But yeah, but we're gonna cut to a bit of an ad break while we get everything sorted right now.
see you in a bit.
Round 2. Yeah, and we are back into map number 3. We are on that deciding map for these two teams. As now we can see a bit of, I believe, Vortex starting on that defensive half. Now we can see an overall push. Mad Dog being able to find Frigg. Now they're trying to push in towards Bubble. Sumachi able to find a Kari off that pick. Now Podbot trying to find a couple of shots. Mad Dog fighting too.
So we're looking at a 2 versus 3 situation, and Bomb has come down onto the A site. Sumachi one-tapping Podbot. Where was that shot from?
Okay, I think that came from all the way towards that
bridge,
inside.
Freeway. Sumachi making his way through the bridge. Is he able to make anything happen? Turns out, not quite able to get. Madari does get him though. This is a superb retake from Vortex. They've just got to clear that backside.
Yeah, isn't that now they're gonna interrupt that scan, but Skyla does spot that limb. But Sumachi, I believe, bought so much time.
Hit it. Wow. Long just able to take that just for free. But that was excellent work from Sumachi being able to distract Skyla on that on a long. That was a very, very solid retake from Vortex.
Yes, now they're just going to be pushing on through. Now, arguably enough, they were just able to just isolate these couple of 1v1s. They're able to just, even though they had Skyla in that 1v2 situation, I'd argue it's pretty much good enough to maybe force these type of picks and potentially take a couple of rounds, and maybe when they go into that next half, it could work well for them.
Oh, Sumachi trading. We're seeing quite a mid-heavy play, but Frick able to pick up Mad Dog on long. Valley, sorry. Skylar making a push up with the shotgun, mind you. Gets one on Frick on site.
I'm telling you, that shotgun is a scary thing on this map. Now Kraka.
Skylar on the is absolutely making a difference with that shotgun.
Started.
Bomb down for 8 bases. It's a 2 versus 2 situation. Skylar back to site. But Lon able to get Podbot. But let's actually see. Can Skylar make a 1 versus 2 situation happen?
The shotgun could do it here. Just as long as she picks Fizzy, but it's gonna be that trade. Now all Lon has to do is just get that scan, and it's gonna be a 2-0 for Vortex. Into this half, and I would say that shotgun has done things, able to defend it, but I don't think defend it enough is that issue.
That was an absolutely superb trade from Fizzy, closing out that round for Vortex for 2-0. It's a very, very encouraging lead for them to be 2-0 up already. Especially as that could give them that confidence to actually sort of pick into and bully the attack of 8 Basils.
Yeah, now it is gonna be.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're seeing a more default push. I honestly think that them trying to execute one site was a little bit more better. I think maybe they're just gonna see what works and what doesn't work. Maybe just find something. Maybe find a weakness inside of Vortex's defense.
Doesn't seem as though Vortex are sort of falling for the default though, but Fizzy looking like he's gonna meet the counter. Neko picking up Frigg. No.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Mad
we
Dog.
have Podbot back off from Fizzy's site. And we got Skylar lurking in skate park. Could she make anything happen there? Smoke going down on mid.
Flashbang toss. Mad Dog spots one on that mid rock, but Akari able to take down Sumachi. As now they're just going to be able to push this overall execute onto this A side without any kind of remorse. The only defense is going to be Kraka, but the rotate has to start to come in.
Happen though. Kraka makes a play out to Mad Dog, making it a 3 versus 3 situation. Can he catch anybody else? Kraka picking up a Kari. Kraka making absolute work happen on this A side. Really playing the front line role for his team to rotate. They're quite slow on the rotate, mind you, which allows Skylar to get back onto long. Or into A main.
I don't think this is a good position coming in from 8 Basils. They just lost. They gave up that side control. They don't have proper vision on that bomb site.
They're not playing to the close range either, which really surprises me, honestly. And yeah, Vortex is able to completely close it out.
Yeah, the trade there sells it all. It's, you know, arguably every time that Vortex has a player up, you know, I think every single time, you know, every single round, 8 Basils have lost rounds because they've traded so many times, and I think they just need to isolate these overall gunfights and keep that even number.
Yes, I feel like Cracker was really able to open up that site for his team. Although Vortex was slow on the rotate, I think the combination of them being slow and 8 Basils rotating off meant that they can get to site quite easily, which doesn't allow 8 Basils to respond quickly enough, giving them the bomb pressure. Cracker picking up a Kiri.
Yeah. Now it is just a full-on slam onto this A site. Things are starting to die down a bit, but Mad Dog's able to find Frigg. And look at that. I think they're able to just fully get into the scanner. They have to rotate. They're going to start this overall execute.
Down on A. But Cracker able to pick up Naoko. Samachi onto Mad Dog from bridge. Pop up. Cracker.
It's down to that 2v2. Skyla spotting one player of Vortex.
8 Basils have not won site yet because of the pressure coming down from Samachi.
Just no doubt, that nade is deadly.
Second one coming out. Not quite connecting though. So it's a 2 versus 3 situation. I believe the thoughts of 8 Basil is that they need to get a pick if they're going to make that bomb come down. They really need that pressure right now.
They got 45 seconds left. They need to think of something. They just can't stall for this long. Because if they stall for a little bit too long, they're going to let Sumachi get able to push in outside of Museum and force this pressure on A main as well as A long.
Read it though.
30 seconds remaining.
No, Samachi's decided not to do it. The discipline from Vortex is superb though, just waiting for that plant. And so it will happen, Skylar. On site. We're seeing 2 from CT. Okay, the long push has come down. Podbot, pick up Fizzy. Lon picked up Skylar. Just out of Podbot, who gets picked up by Lon. Lon making a nice play. The timing there from Vortex is absolutely clinical when getting that round back. The discipline and waiting in their spots and then rotating at the last second when the bomb comes down. Very smart macro play. Giving them a 4-0 lead.
I mean, it does make sense that 8 Basils haven't won a single round on offense because it is very difficult to try and play attacking, especially with the amount of utility that I believe Vortex has been throwing at them. I will say it is a bit rough for 8 Basils right now.
Absolutely. Maybe 8 Basils can pull something extremely nice out on defense, but they've really got to make some stuff happen on their attack rounds, otherwise it's going to be quite bleak to play against. Pop-up, picking up Samachi. Up bridge. Making his way through as well.
Naoko's just gonna push in. Just look at this overall push. Fizzy's gonna be that first line of defense. Immediately falls. Now they're just able to push onto this B bomb site. As Lon has to be that lone defender. Does find Skyla, but Naoko gets that trade, and that is free control.
Yeah, that is site 4 8 Basils. Leaving just Frigg left, but Naoko's not letting him get any real estate back onto site. Wow. So we're seeing some stuff happen from 8 Basils, and it's very exciting. I think the level of aggression there really helped them out. Just swarming the defenders on one site. Playing off sort of the slower rotate that Vortex have been pulling out to make sure that they don't get faked out in default.
Yes. Now we're seeing a more split push coming in. Maybe they want to throw a fake, or it's actually going to be a default coming in from that side of 8 Basils. Does make sense, but
fake, if I see that correctly. But Fizzy making an early pick, very aggressive pick from Fizzy into skate park. But he's backing up, making sure that he plays his hand properly.
Yeah, but now they're gonna force this overall pressure. Mad Dog from A main, but Naoko is able to find Frigg. Sumachi coming in from that bit. Naoko.
Because aggression is absolutely intense here.
Yeah, the overall aggression is.
And
Yeah, they just gotta find these picks. Naoko
has a really nice angle set up.
Yeah, as long as Naoko is just able to push in towards these sides, he's just able to find these mad picks.
As plays off of it.
Yes, 8 Basils. Now they're starting to come alive. They're able. I think they're able to just really get the stand. This guy is gonna start it at its all down to Kraka in a 1v3.
He is certainly a capable player, but he's made it audio on Skylar getting the headshot snipe from so far away. That's really something. 8 Basils. They could be on a roll, getting back what they deserve, really. The adaptability is certainly present, though. I'm really loving what I'm seeing here from 8 Basils. Seems like another default split push. But if
they're starting to adapt now.
I'm not sure if 8 Basils will be ready for it.
Yeah, they're starting to adapt, and now they could. I think as long as Naoko realizes that he's just able to just force in, he's able to rush in. Oh, that's a miss. That's a poorly missed smoke.
Actually, we're seeing a good bit of mid dominance from 8 Basils. Yeah. Oh, friggin' Cracker picking up Mad Dog. That's their 8 site foiled. Pod dot finding Fizzy with the nade. It's a 3 versus 4 situation, and their B site needs to be pushed. They've got a flank. No, sorry, not a flank. Got very hot, heavy waves control from Vortex. Leaving it to a 1 versus 4 situation. Pod bot. Waves.
Yeah, but
He's looking for the pre-fires, but Vortex, if we've seen them many times, I don't think they're going to play that aggressive peak. Podbot has to go to them. And that's the challenge against Vortex when they have numbers. They are very disciplined with their guns. They're not giving you any free picks. I'll tell you that.
It's 1v4. Look at the bubble. They're trying to push in as Sumachi swings.
Sumachi not having it. Wow. There's nothing scarier than Vortex when they have more numbers than you, honestly. The discipline there is absolutely superb. We're seeing a 5-2 in Vortex, but I believe they've been able to have it in them. So we're going to see what they can make happen here.
Now, it's the exact same strat coming in from 8 Basils. They're running this default, but every time they've run this default, they've opted to play a lot more passive rather than trying to play a little bit more aggressive. Because that's the thing that Vortex is starting to fall.
He finds one. Can he get a second? Sumachi finding 2. They're trading out with Skylar, making that a 4 versus 3. Friggin' Mad Dog trading. Naoko's down mid. Can he make something happen here? We have Cracker flanking from behind. He might see Naoko, and that could be a challenge. Oh, he's certainly seen Naoko pop up, finding Cracker. Pop up really being the saving grace for Naoko. Naoko finding Lon on his site. And it's just down to Fizzy. And Fizzy certainly does not have bombs, so it could be an A rotate from Basils. A very good place for Basils.
Yes, now Fizzy has to isolate the side. Oh, that is unfortunate timing as Fizzy. Fizzy put his gun down at the wrong time. As now it's going to be that side swap.
Dreaded side swap.
Yeah, looking at that scoreboard, it looks like the 8 Basils have been doing a lot of stuff. They've done a lot of things on that map. They just haven't been able to capitalize on it. And I think they're starting to do, maybe into this next pistol round, they're just able to find something and hopefully get that momentum.
I totally agree. I think the momentum could be there, and if 8 Basils can pull off a really, really clean defense, we might see an overturn on predictions of this round, this map, sorry, and thus the series. Very excited to see that through. But not quite finding his shot. This very heavy push from Vortex. Straight push. The Skylar picking up pretty illegal. Refrag by Fizzy.
And now they're able to just get this scan up. Ikari has to push through arches, but I believe that flash did hit. Bad Dog tries to find a pick on that alley side. Sumachi's able to find it, but I think it's all down to Mad Dog in that 1v3. It's gone across into that main arches. Does spot a player back site.
Busy and Cracker up. Are they going to play disciplined? Cracker trying to get the crossmap knife, but doesn't quite find it. Cracker. Mad Dog able to find Cracker. Could this be a superb retake from Mad Dog? A very capable player. It's just going to make that aggression happen.
Oh, but there's no time. The looping has done all that wonders as Lon gets that pick. And Vortex.
I'm playing that super smart there, just making sure the time runs out. The rounds are coming extremely close for comfort from Vortex. So 8 Basils, they are really playing well, and I think I'm really hoping something could happen. It's just about locking down the end of the rounds. We got very heavy skate part push, but we got very aggressive defense from 8 Basils on A site, so that could be the intel that they need to make sure that the fast rotates come out. Yes. Skylar with a shotgun. This could be our moment. This could be our moment. Lon, finding Podbot with the nade. Ooh, more nades coming out. These lineups are absolutely incredible from Vortex. It's like they're reading the defensive 8 Basils on B site.
Yeah, just look at the overall control that Vortex now have on this bomb site.
The trigger discipline from Skylar as she makes her way into Dome. Finds one. Oh! Skylar! Oh, not quite making the third.
It's all down to Mad Dog and Akari. The scan's gonna go live. 45 seconds left for that time pressure. Now Vortex, they don't have to budge. They could just let 8 Basils get aggressive, but Ikari's gonna swing and get that kill on Lon.
Sumachi, find him. Oh, Sumachi making a play there. Really playing aggressive with that SMG, using the strengths of the weapon.
And this is what we talked about when we said that Kiri was a lot more close quarters. They're just able to run in and just do nothing. They don't have to worry about fall off or, you know, especially when you have that high fire rate, even though if you have that very low damage. But the new SMG is just such a powerful SMG right now.
It's seemingly a welcome addition to the game, and it does shape up Kiri a little bit. And who knows whether it's for the better or for the worse, but we'll have to wait and see. More games will be played, so stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, to the VRML casts. Sumachi taking mid control. He's able to find Mad Dog at mid. Mad Dog playing a little bit too aggressive there.
Oh, is that scan? Did it go live? It did!
Oh, that's scan down on A. Oh, that's huge for Vortex. And not so huge for the 8 Basils defense. Akari making his way up bridge stairs. Cracker finding him. Podbot finding Sumachi with a shotgun.
See that cross. Skyla able to actually find Fizzy, but without the cost of both Vortex members able to get that kill as well, as it is actually series point for Vortex.
Yes. Vortex, they've really found themselves in the ability to just close out those rounds. And despite the massive chip-aways in their composure from 8 Basils, it's just not enough tonight. But who knows? We could see a comeback story.
We could see a 5-round comeback coming in from 8 Basils, and
it's happened before. There's a heavy B push. Wonder if it's going to be faked or not, though. Could be a text move. Cracker trying to find the nade onto bridge. Mad Dog looking for the wave skill. Oh,
he tries to shoot through the smoke, but not finding anything.
The frig is so far in. Frig getting picked up by Skylar though. Pop finding Lon. Skylar finding Fizzy. Wow. And that's how fast it can crumble. refrags are finding Kiri. Samachi, the refrags are coming out. But the bomb is on B site. Skylar has access to it. It's a 1 versus 1 situation. 1 versus 2 situation, sorry.
Yeah, but Podbot and Skylar are both anchored on site, but that scanner is actually there. So now Sumachi has to play against that time pressure. Yeah, the position's actually good from both Podbot and Skylar. They've set each other up for that crossfire just in case if one of them does fall. They still have that angle, but Sumachi does spot a player.
Sumachi's got to bring out the mechanics.
Backside. Yeah, but there's 30 seconds. Flick ups one.
Oh, and he trades the second. That could have been huge for Samachi.
Oh, that's gotta be really unfortunate. They were really close to securing that, but
that's rough.
Yeah.
But it puts 8 Basils still in the game.
Skylar beats Sumachi to that kill and ends up winning that trade.
Absolutely. Wow. Maybe fate is on 8 Basils' side. You never know. I'm hoping to see a comeback. It's always fun to see a comeback.
Yeah, and now I think we are on a default side coming in from Vortex. You know, they're not gonna play. They're not gonna try and get aggressive. They're not gonna try and isolate something, but maybe they're just gonna try and punish the overall aggression coming in from 8 Basils.
Absolutely. We have a very slow play from Vortex. It looks like they're trying to counter any aggressive plays, but I wouldn't have imagined 8 Basils on match point to be playing anything reckless or anything experimental. So it could be to their detriment.
Yeah,
well, they could be playing on the nervousness of the defense of 8 Basils. That's what we could see. We got pressure down in alt mid from Sumachi.
Yeah, time pressure's left, but they got 50 seconds. Ooh, a knife throw. But that's gonna end up a little bit short.
It could be a ploy to make sure that the bait goes down on B. That's what I'd imagine, because we've got 2 people sitting in A main.
Oh, but here comes the rotate.
Fizzy picking up Mako, Frigg picking up Akari. This is the difference maker that Vortex need. This is what the fake was for.
Yeah, now look, they get this free side control without any resistance. Sumachi's able to find Skylar, but Podbot able to put up some type of resistance, but the scan's gonna start. Because now the time pressure is on 8 Basils. Podbot absolutely whips on Lun. And I think it's all down into Skylar. But no, it's Mad Dog that ends up dying, and Fizzy with
and Vortex,
absolute one.
They take the series. That was a phenomenal match. I'm very impressed by both teams here. But Vortex were just able to lock down on on all their strong points. Wow, that is truly impressive.
Yeah, and you know, I'm glad we were just able to tune into this overall match, and I think it's just, you know, why we play VAIL in general, and you know, you just looked at it. It went like either way. It went like all over the place, and you know, on one side, and you have 8 Basils. You know, they end up clutching a couple of things. They're able to get a couple of post plants, and then all of a sudden you have Vortex, you know, responding back with a couple of counter plays as well. And I think it's just how you know, all of them are just great shooters, but I think it ends up coming down to, you know, how each team decides to strategize, and they just, you know, we've seen it from both Vortex and 8 Basils. They have these really unique plays. You know, one team ended up five-man rushing a bomb site. That didn't end up working, so they stuck to defaulting. It ended up winning the round, and you know, working on that, they're just able to push into these sites, you know, with full-on confidence.
I totally agree. I think especially on Kiri there, the macro play really won Vortex the majority of the rounds, as well as their discipline to peak. You didn't see sort of any instances of a Vortex player peaking when they didn't need to, especially when they were sort of 2 men up, for example, which means that discipline there allowed them to be able to just sit in those power positions and not let 8 Basils like get any free picks, and that really locked it down for them.
And it did in fact locked it down, and that in fact they locked down the entire series. And I'm happy this went map 3 decider. Both of these teams are very, very good in terms of overall skill, and it honestly could have swung either way, but today it swung in Vortex's way, you know, causing a riptide after all that has happened. But more importantly, thank you guys for tuning in to this overall cast. Me and T have been grateful to be able to present this to you, and you know, shout out our main sponsors, XLab. You know, the main, I've said it before, but you know, passionate developers being able to create VAIL VRML, creating it for a competitive VR scene. And you know, shout out to Xclaim, our main merch partner. You using our affiliation link, you're able to create your own merchandise as a team. You can have your own logo on a shirt, as well as a couple of other things as well. You know, I've seen a lot of teams on the side of Breachers, you know, making their own merch store, and it's been getting a couple of sales. But yeah, anything to say, T?
Well, I'd love to just say that I'm very, very much enjoyed casting that match. It was superb, very tight matchup between the two teams. Could not ask for anything more. And I thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, and that is going to be it for tonight. You know, the week is going to come up. Maybe the VRML talent team will pick up a couple of matches, but that is going to be it from us, from the VRML talent team. Once again, my name is Heritage. This has been my co-caster T. Make sure you tell everyone to hit that subscribe button as well as that icon, so every time when you know, we go live, you're able to get notified of that and be able to tune in and watch an amazing VAIL. But that is going to be it. My name is Heritage. This has been T, and yep, we will see you very, very soon.
VAIL VRML is brought to you by XLab,
Exclaim, Helga, the esports manager,
HyperX,
ProTube VR,
VR Cover. Thanks for watching VRML.